Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday morning. It is 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if we're watching this, if we're here right now, that means we made it through Monday. So we're thankful, again, thankful to be here on this morning. I want to say good morning to each and every one of you, those who are watching this live, as well as those who will watch it later. And we'll catch it later in the day, later in the week, even next month, because it's almost September. So I want to greet you this morning and say good morning on behalf of Purpose Journey Counseling. My name is Dr. Natatu North, and I am the owner and therapist at Purpose Journey Counseling, LLC, located in Cincinnati, Ohio. So greetings to you on this morning or whenever you are watching this video. We are currently, for those of you who are watching it now, we are live. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And following this live broadcast, I will post the YouTube link on Instagram. So please, as I ask you to do, please like the video. Also, please follow Purpose Journey Counseling on the social media platforms, as well as subscribe. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and share. Share. You never know who needs this. You never know who this might impact. You never know who might need this encouragement this morning, and it might just be helpful, and they may just be grateful just that you were even thinking about them on this Tuesday morning. So good morning and welcome to each of you. So today is Tuesday. So we are here this morning for our Tuesday talk. We're going to have a talk this morning. We talk every day, but today we're specifically, Tuesday's designed for some type of topic. And today we are talking about commitment. Wow, that's a big word, commitment. So when you see it, I love to ask this question. If you watch these broadcasts, I tend to ask this question: what do you think of when you see the word commitment? I know I used to think about like relationship. Like it's the first thing that, like, a relationship with a significant other. That's the first thing that came to mind. Like, are we going to be in a committed relationship? Or we like that's what I used to think of. But now, not so much. Now, when I think of commitment, I think of like responsibilities. I think of things that I have to do, or things that I say I'm going to do, things that I'm actually pouring myself into, things that maybe I volunteered for, or maybe things I've been voluntold that I was going to do. I love to say that because it happens. Sometimes we get voluntold. It's not so much that we were planning on doing something, but someone else had plans for us. But when you think of commitment, what do you think of? What comes to mind when you just see and hear the word commitment? So this morning, of course, as we're talking about commitment and you're thinking about what that means to you, I want to put this out there to check your commitments this morning. Check them and start asking yourself, what are you truly committed to? What are those things that you really are pouring yourselves into? What are those things that you would say, this is a commitment that I have? Not so much an obligation. We can use those words interchangeably, but I actually like to say, I'm busy during that time. I'd rather say, I have a prior commitment. I have something that I've already committed my time to. I have something that, it's a commitment that's listed in my agenda. I don't know, it kind of holds a different weight to say it's a commitment versus an obligation versus a responsibility, even though it kind of really, you like I say, you can use them interchangeably and it really means pretty much the same thing. But what are you truly committed to? When I say truly, like, what are those things that you are really putting your all into? If we are saying that, if I say that I'm committed, perfect example, to doing these broadcasts every single morning during the week, this is a commitment that I have been doing since July 18th, and today is August the 30th. So now for about a month and a half-ish, I've been committed. That means that even if I'm tired, I'm going to be on here. Even if I have to get up earlier to make sure that everything's in place, that I'm going to be on here. I've had to shift some things around, especially with my kids starting school, to be on here. But if I say I'm going to do it, that means my word is my bond. That means that if I commit to doing something, then I'm going to make sure that it's getting done, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's something that you're like, oh, I'm not so sure if this is going to work out. Commitment, when you're really truly committed to something, it holds a different weight than if it's something like, well, I can't really commit to that, but I'll try, or let me see about it. Or a Christian, some Christians, I will say all Christians, some Christians' favorite line, let me pray about that. That's different. Because if I tell you I'm going to pray about it, if I tell you I'm not ready yet or I can't commit to it, that's different. But once I say I'm going to do something, that means I need to do it. So there are things that, we are committed to, and it's making sure that we're being very intentional about what we're committing to. But I also want to ask, what should you be committed to that maybe you have not been? Maybe it's been your health. Maybe it's, making sure that you're following up with a doctor, making sure that you're eating healthy, making sure that you're getting some exercise. Maybe it's to going to bed a little bit earlier, turning the TV off and actually laying down to try to rest. Maybe it's being committed in a relationship with a significant other. Maybe you haven't been giving your all. Maybe you've kind of been slacking in some areas. Maybe it's being with your children or making sure that you're pouring into them and doing the things that they need. If it's helping with homework or different things, and that could be parents, grandparents, caregivers, what should you be committed to that you have not been? And I'm going to flip that question too. What maybe have you been committed to that you should not have been? What should you be committed to that you have not been? But then also, what have you been committed to that you should not have been? Maybe we're committing ourselves to things that there's no reciprocity. It could be that job that, it's complicated to walk away from jobs, but maybe it's your employment. Maybe your employer, maybe that company has not shown you that they value you, or maybe it's time to sever the tie. And that could be the job, that could be the relationship, that could just be other things that maybe we've been committed to complaining. Maybe we've been committed to being bitter and sour and having sour attitudes towards people. Maybe we've been committed to holding grudges. Maybe we've been committed to, this is my way has to be right. So I'm not willing or open to hear any other thoughts, any other opinions. We've become so stubborn and rigid in our ways that now we're missing or potentially missing opportunities to have better connections with people. So it's Tuesday Talk, and we're talking about commitment. It's a huge word because it holds so much power and so much weight in our lives. So again, today we are checking our commitments. What are you truly committed to? What are you putting your all into? What should you be committed to that you have not been? And then flipping that, what have you been maybe committed to that you should not have been? This is about self-inventory, self-reflection, to become more self-aware of our commitments this morning. So that's our Tuesday Talk. Check your commitments today and do some inventory. If it could be some things you need to pour more into, or some things you need to stop pouring into. Or maybe you're doing well in one area or all areas of your life, and that's awesome. But definitely do some inventory this morning because we're talking about commitment. So we want to be very intentional about our commitments. Commitment. That's the word of the day. That's our Tuesday talk for this morning. So as we're checking our commitments, we're thinking about what we're committed to, what maybe we need to be more committed to, what maybe we need to actually stop being so committed to. I also want to encourage you, as our tag for Purpose Journey Counseling, to be loving, to be kind, be compassionate, and be intentional. All of these things together hold so much weight and can have an awesome impact in our lives as well as the lives of others. So again, I'm going to go ahead and put the plug in. This Sunday, September the 4th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be live for hashtag from a Christian, hashtag from a therapist with Dr. Natatu for episode 4. Episode 4. I'm really, really excited. This will be our 4th month in a row. God has truly been blessing Purpose Journey Counseling, and I'm very honored and amazed by God for this platform to be able to do these messages through the week, but to also have this podcast is only once a month. It's only the first Sunday of the month. So please join us on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know it's a holiday weekend, as I've been saying, but no matter what you're doing, you can turn on your phone. You can watch it with family. You can watch it with friends. Let's do this together, and let's be on Sunday. Invite someone to come with you. But let's get ready for Sunday. I'm very, very excited about Sunday. So we're preparing. We're checking our commitments. We're preparing for Sunday. We're getting ready for hashtag from a Christian, hashtag from a therapist. But I do thank you. I appreciate you. And I want to say this, like I said this before, whether I know you or I don't know you, whether you share it or you don't share, you like, you don't like, follow, you subscribe or not, I appreciate you for watching these messages. I appreciate if this is just touching your life in even a small way. I appreciate you. And I thank you for joining us. And I invite you again tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow live again at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Wednesday Word. We're going to be in our Word tomorrow. So I invite you to come back tomorrow and join us. Thank you so much. Again, whether you're watching this live or you're going to catch the replay, have a terrific Tuesday.